not include handwriting analysis in the search for true love? For instance, how do you know if you've found Ms. or Mr. Right? Well, Beverly East is a graphologist who does analyze handwriting for a living and has written a step-by-step guide to the clues about that important choice. The book is called Finding Mr. Right with a W, and she joins us this morning. Good to see you, Beverly.
Thank you for having me.
So how did you decide that handwriting analysis really worked?
Because it worked for me. I've been married 11 years. My husband was analyzed 14 years ago, and we're doing a good job together.
You wouldn't have married someone if you didn't know their handwriting
Well,
analysis?
it helped me to understand their personality. All the characteristics are it's a science, so all the characteristics are very much researched, and you're able to tell a lot from the handwriting analysis.
In London and in England, we were saying, it is used frequally in employment.
56% of companies use handwriting analysis as a way of selection process.
56%?
And in US, it's 13%.
But can't you change your handwriting analysis if you're not getting a job? Just change your handwriting.
You have to change your personality in order to change your handwriting.
You really believe that?
I really believe it, 100%.
All right, show us some of the characteristics that you look for in choosing a mate, and what if you had to pick 3 or 4 things that are really definitive about somebody? What would you look for?
Well, let's start with some positive characteristics. So optimism would be a T-bar going upwards.
Right.
A good listener, which we would want in a relationship, would be an open E as to a closed E.
Uh-huh.
And then generosity.
Big lower lip.
Big loops, yes. So a good spender, take you out on dates and spend a lot of money on you.
And what would be some characteristics you worried about?
Characteristics you would worry about is the T going downwards, dominance, deceit, a loop on both sides of the O, and I cannot remember the third one. What else
is
can
it
we have?
integrity or
well, lack of, because we're doing
lack of, right.
Let me see. Oh, a warrior.
Right. And what shows you that that's a warrior?
The loop inside, in the center would
Most examinations involve comparison of the question specimen with known samples to determine characteristics in common to both. There are 2 types of document samples, requested and collected. Requested samples are those provided by the suspect and contain the same words that are in the question document. Several samples of the written message are provided by the individual to determine the writer's range of variation. Collected samples are those which are known to be written by the suspect, but incidental to the investigation. For example, samples of writing found in the suspect's home. Using tools that include the magnifying glass and the microscope, along with the examiner's experience and knowledge, the samples are compared to the question document. Characteristics the examiner may take into consideration are beginning, connecting, and ending strokes, pen lifts, pen pressure, line quality, letter formation, spacing and proportions, baseline relationship, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and the general overall appearance of the writing.
characteristics in palmistry, the right hand is considered to be the major hand, the hand of now, everyday life. If you were left-handed, you'd have to do it the other way around. This would be the present, this would be the past. Left hand, in your case, represents the characteristics you've inherited. The right hand is what's around you now. Also, now let's have and also past events. Let me have a look. Oh, well, you might laugh at this, but you're a little bit psychic yourself in a way. You might not call it a psychic thing, but your hunches are usually correct. Your gut feeling's usually right. Your intuition's strong. And because you've got a lot of lines on your hand, you've got what we call the full hand in palmistry. It's full of lines. And the more lines a person has, the more sensitive they are, the more deeply they feel things, the more they worry, and the more creative they are.